Despite the name, Battlefield 1 is actually the 14th game in EA's long-running series of war games that lets you shoot, bomb and knife your friends. Prior to its launch on the 21st of October, EA is running an open beta for the multiplayer component, which will help it test its network. Although most open betas are nothing more than a glorified demo designed to push pre-orders, our experience with Battlefield 1 has led us to believe that EA's latest shooter does have some trouble with connectivity. For starters, getting into a game took forever, and even when we did manage to get in, the experience wasn't what it should be. From intermittent lag to disappearing players, Battlefield 1 suffers from some bugs and issues we've seen in the series since its inception. You'd think that after 14 tries, DICE, the franchise developer, would have had enough time to iron them out. Evidently not. That aside, PC performance was a mixed bag. Although we were happy to see a host of options and settings, such as being able to change the field of view, scale the UI as needed, and modify texture and mesh quality, the actual in-game experience was odd. Although we were able to manage a steady 60 frames per second in most situations, even at ultra and high presets using a GeForce GTX 1060 at 1080p, Battlefield 1 didn't feel as fluid as it should have, forcing us to turn down several settings to get the best out of it. Underneath the mountain of technical concerns and try-hard user interface that forsakes function for form, there's an abundance of fun to be had. The controls are responsive, with each weapon from the pistol to the bayonet having a nice satisfying feel. In order to move across the game's sand-strewn landscape, you have vehicles ranging from tanks to planes, but also horses, which are, in our opinion, the smartest addition. They're easy to use and balance out the other options quite well. However, it doesn't help that all the vehicles, including jeeps, are simply too floaty to control, which meant most of our games devolved into fighting on foot or horse. Battlefield 1 doesn't feel as epic as it could be, reducing a battlefield into a neighborhood scrap. Another grouse is the game's classes. We have the usual assortment of what we've seen in other games: Scout, Medic, Assault, Support, and what have you. The Assault class is surprisingly overpowered relative to others, with access to an assortment of explosives. Hopefully this is fixed prior to release. What does come across well is the sheer spectacle of it all. From sandstorms to armored trains whizzing across the map, there's a sense that big-budget Michael Bay-style Hollywood set pieces have inspired DICE's take on the First World War. Throw in excellent sound design and gorgeous visuals, and Battlefield 1 looks like a tempting proposition. However, with the familiar bugs, annoying controls, and graphic optimization issues, Battlefield 1's open beta doesn't do the game's astounding reveal any justice. If EA is actually listening to player feedback instead of treating the open beta like a marketing tool, this could end up being the best Battlefield yet. Until that happens, we're tentative on the final product. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gadgets360.